Time for the yesterday's answer. The Walking Dead. If you see this show, that show is so scary. So I'm talking about this spin. So, put your hands together for the first spin of the Halloween. Okay, talk about the first spin. So be honest. Our first spin goes to, wait for it, game time! Lots of games, lots of time. Am I being good about the game? So which marble adventure are you? The play button you'll see. What's your best quality? Intelligence. What do you like to do on a weekend? Pick a case for your phone. What would be the best part of being a superhero? Being famous. What are you most afraid of? Failure. Your room. It's overall, it's neat. What would you do if you won the lottery? Give it to your family? Would you rather live in the suburbs? Water? To become super smart. Iron Man! Your forceful personality makes you a natural leader. And being extremely smart and funny only makes more people flock to you. You march to the beat of your own drum and don't always care much for rules. But when the time comes, you get your work done. That's why your friends love you and know they can count on you when they're needed. Here we go.
It's Raquel's turn to shine!
This is Rhino Productions for Halloween.
Creepy zombies went out to trick or treat. Everybody danced to the spooky beat. They had such enormous fun. They called for another creepy zombie to come. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Hello, I'm ThunderGirl. Today, we're taking a look at the 10 superheroes with the best villains. So, let's get things started with this one.
A hero is only as good as their villains. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 comic book heroes with the best villains. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the greatest rogues galleries across both the DC and Marvel universes and beyond.
Looks
Number
both.
10, Green Lantern. Whether you're looking at Hal Jordan,
Green
Jon Stewart,
Lantern.
Kyle Rayner, or any number of the
Still
other
got
Green
a lot of
Lanterns,
villains,
it's hard
though.
not to admit they usually tend to attract a pretty nasty group of villains, from the dastardly likes of Sinestro and
Sunstorm's
Hyper Violence to the more
mine.
menacing Black Hand and Parallax. In particular,
Still got a
Parallax's
Parallax.
wide-reaching effects of the DC Universe over the years and Sinestro's
Still
consistent
got the
prominence
nightmares,
help earn the
actually.
Green Lantern villains a spot on this
Still
list.
got a group.
Number 9, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When it comes to the heroes in a half shell, we
Yep,
think their assortment of villains is sharply underrated. Apart from the terrifying
That's
and imposing
Master
Shredder as
Shredder.
the obvious example,
You know
can't forget
this
about
guy?
the evil alien
From
Krang or
Teenage
the
Mutant Ninja
boisterous
Turtles?
duo of Bebop and Rocksteady. The Turtles are also
gotta
constantly
do
dealing
the
with the dangerous and
movies.
notorious Foot Clan. All of the team's biggest enemies have become iconic parts of the
That's
TMNT lore
iconic.
and are cleverly written and
Ooh.
designed, solidifying their place as one of the best comic book villain rosters around. Number 8, Daredevil. Matthew Murdock has the pleasure of dealing with the most dangerous rogues gallery of street criminals this side of Spider-Man. Hell's Kitchen
Yep,
is a rough
that's-
place,
that's
with players like
Daredevil.
Kingpin, Bullseye, and Typhoid Mary hanging around. Apart from dealing with street
Still
threats,
got it
Daredevil
now.
must also defend the city against a legion of ninjas and assassins. From Kingpin's recent mayoral election, all the way
Kingpin?
back to Bullseye's murder of both Elektra and Karen Page, Matt Murdock's life often feels shaped by his villains. The
got
many
a nightmare,
antagonists to
huh?
Matt bring a unique blend of styles that often complement the hero in a different way, leading to many great stories told throughout the years.
There's no need to get a
Number
hero
7,
sometimes.
Captain America. When you can count Adolf Hitler as one
Hey,
of your
look!
actual comic
It's
book
Captain
adversaries, it's
America!
hard not to be included
Still
on our
got a
list.
superhero
If
for a
that wasn't enough,
costume.
Cap's main rogues gallery is made up of memorable villain after memorable villain, many of whom have also served as major Avengers threats.
Yep, that's an
Hydra,
American
Red Skull,
superhero.
and Baron Zemo are some of Marvel's most prominent villains, and all three often clash with Captain Steve Rogers. Cap's history also includes a fascinating supernatural phase in the 70s.
Red
that saw him come
Skull!
face-to-face with vampires and werewolves, and a new era of espionage-influenced villains like the Winter Soldier and Crossbones. Number 6, Superman.
Here
Superman
comes
is often
Superman!
labeled the boring hero compared to his fellow Justice League members, and his villains are
Zod!
often linked into that reputation. The long list of Superman villains, however, is understandably lined with
Still
big-time
really
heavy hitters.
bad.
Physical threats
It's
like
very,
General
very
Zod,
bad
Ra's
for the
al Ghul, and
Superman.
Doomsday, along with cerebral foes such as Brainiac and Lex Luthor, are all some of the most dominant villains under DC's banner, with mainstream popularity rivaled only by one other
But
notable DC
still
hero on the
gone
darker spectrum
bad.
of things. Kal-El's villains
How
often serve as
tragic.
threats that must be dealt with by the whole
Yeah.
Justice League, and sometimes, even then, that may not be enough. Number 5,
Fantastic Four.
Marvel's first family helped build the foundation of Marvel Comics as we know it today, so it's no wonder that their villains are also some of the company's most impactful. Though Doctor Doom is the first to come to mind,
Dr.
he isn't the
Doom.
only threat to come from the pages of the Fantastic Four. The alien races of the Skrulls and the Kree both
Still
first
got the
clashed in
goblins,
Fantastic Four,
huh?
as well as the
Green
World
Goblin.
Devourer Galactus, the time-traveling
Blah,
Kang the
blah, blah.
Conqueror, and the ruler of the Negative Zone himself, Annihilus. The Fantastic Four's villains have continued to serve as some of the primary threats to the Marvel Universe,
What?
even as the team has
Still
somewhat faded
bad.
to the background. Number 4, The
The
Flash.
Flash!
No hero has become synonymous with the term rogues gallery the way that the Flash has. The Flash's villains
Is
have
there
organized
King
throughout
Shark
their careers into a
from
team known
DC
as the
Comics?
Rogues, with a rotating lineup of
Well,
criminals
he's
such as
giving you
Captain
the
Cold,
Suicide
Weather Wizard,
Squad.
the Trickster, Heatwave, and more. In addition, some of Barry Allen and Wally West's other foes have made major names for themselves, including super-intelligent Gorilla Grodd and the ruthless Reverse Flash. Flash's speed powers have given writers and artists an opportunity to come up with some interesting concepts, with characters able to
Yep,
break out of the
that's sort of like
standard
King
comic
Kong.
book battle format. Number 3, X-Men. Since 1963, the X-Men comics have introduced hundreds of unique and interesting characters,
That's
and
like
that includes
hundreds
a
and
long
hundreds
list of
of
incredible
villains.
villains. From major world threats like Apocalypse and Magneto to mutant-threatening forces such as the Sentinels and the government itself, the X-Men are constantly at odds with an opponent that is fully
am
fleshed out and feels like a
Magneto!
genuine threat. The miniseries often use a variety of different villains to explore larger societal questions, most notably civil rights. The team often comes up against fellow mutant enemies or aliens, which also results in some truly memorable
Well, this
character
thing is
designs.
gone bad.
Number 2, Spider-Man. Peter Parker's
Spider-Man,
amazing number of quality roles over the
Spider-Man,
years
does
has helped
he
continue
have
to
a
sustain his
Spider-Man
popularity and
dust?
status as a pop culture icon. It's impossible to think about Spider-Man
That's
without
Green
picturing villains
Goblin!
such as the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, or Venom. Some have personal
Yeah,
connections to the
that
hero,
black
while others are just
demon
everyday
Spidey
criminals who have happened upon some
sometimes.
abilities or
That's
technology.
evil.
But so many of them have become
Evil.
iconic. Spidey's villains are varied and cover a multitude of power ranges, from street level to ancient totemic evil.
Still got a lot of that.
Number 1, Batman. The
No,
Caped
no,
Crusader has,
Batman!
without a doubt, the most iconic lineup of
And the
villains in all
Joker
comics.
approved.
Partly due to his vast mainstream exposure and partly due to a long legacy of great writing, Batman's enemies have more notoriety than any other supervillains. Many will proclaim Joker as the greatest comic villain ever, and he's just
Still
one
got
of
a
many
clown.
Bat villains that are household names. Apart from their popularity, the Dark Knight's Rogues Gallery is made of some of the most disturbing villains in the DC universe, such as Scarecrow and Two-Face. Just think about how instead of bringing his villains to the local
Yep.
jail, Batman is
Still gone
constantly
bad.
returning them to Arkham Asylum, a home for the criminally insane.
Well, that's all for that. But anyways, hit the second spin. Okay, last spin. Our last spin goes to... Wait for it. Movie pick. Got some movies for the pick today. Today's movie pick for the Halloween is The Joker, 2019 film. Incredibly directed and a visual match. If you are like me and American Psycho is one of your favorite movies, then you might leave this movie with your mind blown. The actors were all nothing shy on perfection, and you will ride a physiological and emotional wave through the first half of the movie. If you know anyone with any kind of personal struggles with mental illness, you will feel more to feel strong emotions before the second half when everything peaks. I woke up adding this to my list of all-time favorites alongside The Dark Knight Rises, Interstellar, and American Psycho. It deserves its rated R rating, that's for sure, but I'm glad to have gotten a full movie story of this character because it was absolutely necessary. It ties in a backstory of Batman and really puts a cherry on top of all the other movies. At moments in its dark, deep, and twisted, but overall I don't know what more you could ask for from an authentic Joker movie. Simply fantastic, and for someone who only goes to theaters for specific movies. I'm definitely glad this was one of the ones I chose to go out and see. Number 2. All our lives have met the characters of the Joker, one of the famous villains of the DC Universe, and an arch-enemy of Batman. Always listening to the malevolent laugh in every version we can think of. But this version of the character is very different from the one we know. This Joker does not behave as a villain, but as an anti-hero because he wants revenge against those who hurt him, and he does not want to conquer destroyed Gotham. But that's what I love about the Joaquin Phoenix version. But they show us a more human side of the Joker, of how he's betrayed by society and becomes a kind of anti-heroic and narcissist. And also, the way the one they see the suffer makes us wish the best for him. Although that never happens, Phoenix's performance is amazing. Gotham's 80s vibe is well done. The special effects are simple but acceptable. Todd Phillips' direction is beautiful. And the Hildur Guðnadóttir's soundtrack is a work of art. Highly recommend for those who love stories or similar things to Taxi Driver, Chinatown, and Memento. Well, that's all for that, but see you tomorrow on the Halloween for Halloweentoono 3!
Alright, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.